Hello, you're back with Beetle, back on Survivor.io. Today we will be doing the third stage of the Wild Streets Trials. Still using the katana, as you can see, and we'll just jump straight into it. The information is that the Fury monsters gain haste, Doomsday items and biofuel drops are halved, Evolve, monsters' HP and attack are up. Evernight, Welcome to the Eternal Darkness, and Gemini, 2 bosses spawn each time. It's those last 2 points which are new on this particular stage. There they are. I see, okay. Let's get the jury, and it actually did well in our last video. We compared it against the lasers, and the jury by far came out on top. It was actually, I think, one of the strongest. Let's get the drone. I also want to try combine the 2 drones just to see how good that is. I think I've only actually done that once so far on since I've been playing. So we'll just get the drone damage increase there. Let's try and have a drone layout loadout even this game, see how they do, because I'm pretty sure I've stuck with the sort of main sort of weapons, the sort of football and the drill. That seem to do the most damage. So just and even the lightning, I suppose, just to sort of see how the others do when those aren't picked. So be interesting to see. I also realised that when I follow the Jorian, it actually probably does less because it bounces off the screen. I thought it just carried on going, but if I move a different way, it bounces off the screen. So it never actually, even though you can't actually see it because it's blacked out, but the drone bounces. So there we go, the Type B drone. Once they're both full level, they will combine into one, their evolution upgrade, and I'll get a weapon slot back. So I do think it's beneficial to actually try and get that, as it will eventually open up another weapon slot that you can use. But so far, so good, really. I know it said that the last 2 was Evernight. As you can see, that sort of looks like we're in like a rifle scope, and then we're going to have extra bosses when they come at the 5-minute mark, I assume. Let's get the Type B drone. Let's just see if we can constantly upgrade these drones to see how they do. But yeah, it'll be interesting to compare them with some of the other weapons that we have. Let's get the drone again. Missiles doubled. I actually don't know which drone is best out of those 2. I just know that once they've combined into the evolution upgrade, then they're both, or it actually combines to 1, but it seems pretty good. So I just thought I'd try out to see how that weapon compares against some of the others. There's a lot of enemies there. But it's relatively easy enough. I thought we might unlock some more weapons as we go along, but it doesn't look like we're going to be doing that on this stage. Perhaps as we get a bit further along, but it'll be good to complete the chapter 1 of the first trials mode, at least, to say that we've done that. There's actually a kill counter, which I've actually only just realised in the very top right corner. As you can see, the sort of number of zombies that I'm killing goes up. So we're just about to hit 800 there. Interesting. Wonder how many we get to at the end. Probably quite a few thousand, I would imagine. It's a bit funny playing with such a reduced sort of line of sight. The Evernight. It's not quite as enjoyable just because you can't see as much. I wouldn't even necessarily say it makes it that much harder. Yeah, I'll be avoiding the laser launcher. If you watched one of my previous videos, you'd see that the laser launcher really doesn't do too much. Let's get the fuel. That'll give us the Durian Evo, and we will try and get the rocket as well. So we'll just get the football here, because I think the football does do quite a lot. Let's get the football again then. I'm trying to get the RPG, so I'll get the fuel again, as I'll avoid those 2, and hopefully we can find the drill. But we're on the lucky train here. Let's see what upgrades we get. It's the Jorian. The size is doubled. The Jorian actually, especially once it's evolution upgraded, does a lot of damage. So I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, but I don't really feel we're in any danger of dying here. Leveling up quite quick as well. There we go. There's the RPG. So that's the last weapon that we need, at least until the drones have evoed into their sort of final upgrade, which will hopefully, if I remember correctly, give us the weapon slot back. In which case we might be able to get the drill or the sort of spinning blades, whichever we find first, really. First boss is coming up in a minute. Finally, first upgrade of the katana. There we go. Zombies incoming. Let's see how we do. Thankfully, the katana is actually really good against the zombies, and I'll just try and follow the Jory in there. Oh, magnet, first magnet of the game, so that'll actually hopefully give us quite a bit. I'll give us the damage reduced by 10% just to go get the katana upgrade there. Let's get the RPG, just as it was the only weapon there to increase, and we'll get the Type B drone, and that looks like it's going to be it. Yeah, the Jorin can really help you get through some sticky situations. If you're ever in big crowds, you can just sort of follow the katana and it'll pretty much kill everything in its path, and you can follow it out. It'll be interesting to see what these bosses are going to be like, because they did say that there's going to be 2 rather than 1. I suppose it depends how fast we can kill them, if it's going to be much harder. Surprises the magnet there didn't give us a level up, but I suppose it was only recent that we just picked up a previous magnet, so no worries. But we should get a level up here at least before the boss. We do. Let's get the Jory in again. Quite like it. Maybe I should have got the drone actually, just so we can get that Evo upgrade, but oh well. And there they are, the 2 bosses. Are they going to be the same? Oh no, they're different. Did one die just instantly? What has gone on there? They both died instantly. Couldn't even see what was doing the damage. I actually think they've got the same HP as the sort of first chapter, not in the trials mode, which is why they're dying really quickly. So maybe that is right. Maybe I'm a bit too over leveled for these trial modes. But we'll get the Type A drone. We'll keep going. What I'll do, as I think this is relatively easy, maybe just do a bit of a time lapse until we get a bit closer to where we're trying to get to. We'll get the katana here, and yeah, I'll just fast forward at least until the next level, just so you can see how I get on. And we will upgrade the Jorian here, as I would quite like the Evo upgrade for the Jorian, which I will hopefully be able to get next time we level up, and then I'll be trying to get the drone Evo as well. I was going to say let's carry on, but we should have another upgrade here. We do. Let's get the drone just so we're one step closer to that evolution. And yeah, let's continue. There we go, Caltrops, Fruit Shower incoming. I really like this weapon, just because it, as well as sort of killing everything in its path, it shoots out little rockets as well, which seem to do a lot. The range isn't as big as you'd think, but it still does quite a lot. I think I've just got so much HP that they can't really hurt me, these little enemies, which makes it easier. My katana seems to still one-shot everything as well, so as soon as anything gets close, I'll get the sports shoes just so we can get the Evo of the football as and when that comes about. But yeah, so far so good. I'll see you at the next level up. There we go, that happened very quick. Let's get the soccer ball. That's also 1 level now away from, or I suppose the next level we can get the Evo upgrade of the football. Yep, let's carry on. There it is, the quantum ball, quantum entanglement. From memory, there's just a few of those little footballs that dart around on the screen, bouncing around, as you can see, attacking everything. It's sometimes difficult to actually see what they do, but on the damage stats page, which I will check a bit later on, they're always really high up. They do seem to do quite a lot of damage, so that's why I get them. Here, let's just get the RPG. We don't have the brick, and at some point I probably will get the attack increase there as well, but for now let's just upgrade the weapons whilst we can. And I'm probably going to get another level up here as well, actually. We do, and we'll, for the same reasons, we'll just get the RPG. Here we go, zombies incoming. Let's see if it's any trickier. I think I've actually got relatively good group popping power. Popping power? Group, that's from the Balloons game. Let's get the RPG. Group killing power is probably a bit more accurate. What do we get here? The Shark Morgan, I always forget about that one. That's the RPG Evo upgrade. And again, I actually always forget how good that is. Just because it's sort of a relatively slow little explosive, but it's from the damage comparisons I've done, it does a lot of damage. We don't have the boomerang, let's just get the katana upgrade. Let's get the drone, and now I'm hoping we don't have either of those. Let's just get the katana. We should be able to get the destroyer. There it is. Justice reigns from above. So this is the drone upgrade. Let's just get the, yeah, so we've got the weapon slot back, so we will get the, I don't know if I've got the Evo weapon of anything here. Let's get the drill shot. I think that actually does a bit more. So as you can see with the drone, it's merged into one, and it has the same sort of, so it fires rockets on both sides like both of the drones did. But I think that it even does a bit more damage than both of those. And there we go, the Demon Blade is the Evo weapon of our katana, which is very good. It increases the range and damage. As you can see, it's just pretty much destroys anything that comes close. So I'm a big fan of that as well. So the main, or one of the main purposes of this video was to see what the that destroyer does. Because I haven't actually really sort of taken much notice of that evolution upgrade. I think I got it in the very first video I did on the game, but that was before I really knew what I was doing and before I made any comparisons on the damage. And I remember it was quite good. So I thought I wanted to see how it compared against the Jorian and the katana, possibly even the drill and the football. So that's what we are doing. And we will see how it compares. Obviously, it's a bit shorter range than most of the other things. Although, saying that, it's hitting enemies right at the edge of the screen here. But yeah, let's just fast forward this until the boss comes. Here we go, boss starting. It's so weird that we pretty much can't see any enemies on the screen. I think that just shows what the destroyer must be doing, because previous to that we could. And once again, the bosses have just been absolutely melted. So again, I think that's just going back to the fact that they don't have much HP. They are only sort of chapter 1 bosses, even though this is the 3rd stage of that. Let's get the drill again. Let's get the drill again, why not? And we're on the lucky train, leveling up thick and fast here. We get 3 upgrades as well, the fuel, the drill, and the Ronin Iorio, if that's how you say it, but it just looks like a bulletproof vest to me. We still get the ladybirds in the dark coming at us. I've just decided that's what they are. Whether or not they're spiders, who knows. But for the remainder of this whole playthrough of this game, they are going to be ladybirds. Just because that's what I called them in the very first video I saw them. And I stand by it. Okay, let's move this forward a little bit, and then we'll check some damage once everything's had a bit more time. Maybe I should have actually got the Evo of the drill before I did the comparison, but yeah, we'll speed it along. We'll see what upgrades we get before we do the comparison or not. There we go. Let's just get the HE fuel. I don't really need the HP items, so we'll just get that. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get the drill Evo that soon, even if I can. None of them really help. Let's just get the attack plus 10%. Even if I can, it won't really have enough time to catch up with some of the others. So we might just have to do the comparison without that. Have I missed this chest all that time? Well, there we go. There's the Evo upgrade for the drill. And there we're probably going to get the whistling arrow here by the looks of it. There it is, whistling arrow, till death do we rest. And now I suppose we have got it, so maybe we'll do the comparison a bit closer to the end, which will be 15 minutes. So maybe in about 2 minutes we'll do the comparison. Let's just get the attack up. So what are your bets on what has done the most? So what I tried to do is try and get what the top 3 are going to be in the correct order. So far I have always forgot at least one thing, and I usually put quite a few things in the wrong order. So let me have a think. I'll just come and get this chest if I can. Is it a chest? Here it is. Off chest or train. It's the power bullet. Okay, attack up. Let me have a think then. So Shark Morgan, I'm not going to forget that. That's usually in the top 3. We have the drill, the Jorian, and the football, as well as the destroyer. So I'm going to go top 3 is going to be I'm going to go the football, the destroyer. Let's just get the bullet flight speed, and then the Shark Morgan. So destroyer, football, Shark Morgan. I'm going to put that over the Jorian, whether or not that's a good thing. You know what? I'm actually going to change my answer. Let's just get, I don't know, that one is fine. Destroyer, football, Jorian. All right, I'm sticking with it. Let's go. Destroyer, football, Demon Blade. Oh, I was wrong by like 1% or 2. That's one of the closest I've been, and that, interestingly, other than the destroyer, really, that's like the closest all the upgrades. Usually there's one that's way ahead. To be fair, the destroyer is doing really well, considering all the other upgrades are really good. But I think this is probably one of the best loadouts we can get, because they're all doing quite a bit. Even the whistling arrow, which is the least, but that was the most recent upgrade. I forgot the katana. There's always one. Although I'm quite happy with the other guesses, so you know what, I'll take that, and I wasn't actually too far off with what I guessed there. And it's interesting to see that the destroyer is actually the best, so I might actually in future try and continue to get the 2 drones, as I think those missiles do a lot. So quite happy with that, and now I know for future I will get those. And I think also for future, this is probably one of the best loadouts I've had. Let's just see what comes up here. I don't think they'll really matter too much. Usually I get the shorter range weapons, whether it be the sort of force field or spinning blades, and I think they look good and I like getting them, but they're always by far the lowest in terms of the damage that they've done, whereas what I've got here, I've always been towards the top. So it's interesting to compare them against each other. I wish we had a bit more time to just sort of see how they do if they were all sort of upgraded at the same time. I might check a bit more towards the end to see if the whistling arrow, the drill upgrade, is still in last place, or if it's caught up. And how the katana is getting on, because I think this Jorian, given that the amount of enemies are on the screen, is going to have caught up. But let's move forward for around a minute or so, and then we'll come back and check the stats. Boss Assault, there we go. I always forget that it's 15 minutes. I will just pause it because I have a feeling I'm going to kill him very quickly. And the whistling arrow did catch up, so that actually took second place really quickly. Destroyer still at the same at 27%. Whistling arrow really caught up. Demon Blade though still staying in the top 3, interestingly. So the whistling arrow must be a really good upgrade. That has overtaken everything else, and I got that last of the upgrades. But all of them really strong, with the destroyer just coming out on top. So that is really handy to know. these bosses should die pretty quickly if I can find them. There we go. Look like he's still at HP, but we'll take it. Chapter 1 is complete there, and we will claim the chest. There we go. Wild Streets complete. I think I get one of these upgrades. I've already got the skill before we start, and here we go. Reselect 1 skills in battle. Not sure that'll be too useful, but there we go. So next video we will either be doing the city park one where monsters gain haste, or we'll continue on to City Bridge. But if you have got this far in the video, I do appreciate it. Please do like or subscribe. I think there's about 80% of people watching this aren't subscribed, so please do. If you have got this far, it would be very helpful for small channels like myself to receive the support. So thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next one.